We are talking about triangle congruence postulates, and here we're talking about the hypotenuse leg triangle congruence postulate, or HL. So two right triangles are congruent if the hypotenuse and the leg of one of the triangles are congruent to the corresponding hypotenuse and leg of another triangle. So here we have an example, and we want to be able to find the hypotenuse and the leg. So starting out, we recognize that both triangles are right triangles. The next thing that we want to pay attention to is the corresponding legs. So here we have IH. So that's the leg of so a right triangle has two legs and the long side, which is the hypotenuse. So we have IH, and that is congruent to QS. So in this case, we're not going to call this a side. This is the leg because we're talking about the right triangle. So that's the leg. The next one that we have is we have the hypotenuse that we have to pay attention to. So that is HJ and SR. Okay. The other thing that we know is congruent, but we don't really have to mention, is angle I is congruent to angle Q. Because they are both equal to 90 degrees. And remember, this is the hypotenuse, or the long side. So we don't need this bottom part. It's understood in a right triangle. So we have hypotenuse leg is a form of angle side side, that a specific case that it does work, but only when it's a right triangle. That's the only time we can use it, is if it is a right triangle, and then we don't call it angle side side, we call it hypotenuse leg. So in this case, I corresponds with Q, H corresponds with S, and J corresponds with R. And the reason that we can say that these two triangles are congruent is because of hypotenuse leg. Now, sometimes, even in this case, it does not make a triangle, so it doesn't work. So if the given information that we have is, if we're given a leg, if we're given a hypotenuse and the wrong leg in the wrong order, sometimes it doesn't even make a triangle, and that would be another case where hypotenuse leg would not work correctly.